Hey, I'm John Greaves III. I'm the co-founder of Garage in Life, and I'm hanging here with my man Nate Woods from Executive Fit. All right, so we are here at the Music City Fit Expo, and Nate's gonna show us around because you got some unique stuff that you've been working on. You're always in the lab, man, like a mad scientist. I cannot wait to see all the cool stuff you got cooked up. All right, so I'm gonna mic you up. And let's put this right here.
Let's do it.
And there you go.
All right.
Show me what you want to show me.
All right. So what we have right here is like our flagship product. It's our Exodus platform. The Exodus is the line of platforms that integrate with squat racks. So we custom cut all the extensions that come off of the platform that go into the rack. We custom cut them to fit whatever rack it's going to be working with. Hammer strength, surplus strength, rep, rogue, whatever you got. This is the surplus strength rack. Yep, works beautifully. So these come in 3 sizes: 4x8, 6x8, and 8x8. And then each one of those obviously has the extension to fit whatever rack it's going to go into.
All right. So you made it this configuration.
Yes. Yep. So if we move over here. This is our Genesis platform. It's our standalone platforms. They come in 4x8, 6x8, 8x8. This one in particular is a modular version of the Genesis. Okay. So these black latches here, there's 4 of them. They open up and disconnect. Yep, if you pop that open, you'll see. Boom, just like that. And so you do that on all 4 of them, and this platform breaks down into 3 separate pieces. It just makes it easier to move, right? So obviously we use it for shows. It makes it easier bringing it to shows. But if you don't want to dedicate floor space to a permanent platform, this is a great option.
Put it away.
You can put it away up against the wall.
Now, what's the surface? What do you have on this? Is this coating?
Yes, this is our gloss. This is our gloss coating. We have 2 coatings. That Exodus platform has our matte finish on it. Have you heard of epoxy floors for garages? It's the same kind of technology that we use in terms of getting the logo onto the platform and then finishing it in a similar way.
The logo's on there, then you put a finish over it.
Finish on top. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And the finish is thick. The finish is actually so thick that we guarantee it will never peel up. You could chip away at it with a hammer and chisel. You'll ruin it, but it won't peel up. We have over here our Econ Platform, which is the same size.
That looks just to me like a rubber mat. What is this?
So this is what we call our Econ Platform. It's high quality rubber. It has a very good durometer. The durometer is how dense the material is.
You heard about that with like medicine balls and things like that for the
yes,
mountains?
that's right.
For bumper plates.
That's right. That's right. So this is really good for like medium to light duty work. You can customize it with the logo. The logo is etched into the actual platform. So again, it's never going to peel up because it's actually part of the platform. Again, it works really good for like medium and light duty. Yeah, you got the sign. Look, Econ Platform. Here we go.
Give him a raise. He came up and said, "Oh, you said Econ Platform. You forgot the sign."
He brought the sign, exactly.
Right there. All right.
So these are our most economical. Thank you, homie. Thank you, my dude.
You need a raise.
Yes.
All right.
This is our most economical cost for a platform. You get really good floor protection for a really minimal cost. $550 shipped.
So the reason I asked you what I asked you is because it looked just like rubber mats.
Yes.
So you could actually integrate this into the flooring of your gym with your logo on there.
Exactly.
So a lot of people always want to talk about, well, how do I get my logo onto my gym floor? Do I need to get rubber, a separate carpet? What do I do?
Right.
And that's an easy way to do it. Okay.
Very easy, straightforward, simple way to do it. Obviously, it's not colorized because we're not printing on the mat itself. We're actually etching into the mat. So it's subtle, but it's there.
Nice.
Right?
I like that. Okay.
So if we come over here then, this is another version of our Genesis line. Yeah, this is really popular for home gyms. This is our 2x8.
Okay.
So it's the same thing as the other Genesis, the 4x8 over there, but it's just in a more narrow size.
Okay.
This can be created to be modular like that, where it breaks down, so you don't have to dedicate the space. Okay. But if you have the space and you want to dedicate it and make it permanent without having extra hardware attached, then this is a great option for that as well. The logo
also has a logo etched in it.
Exactly.
Hey,
just the same way. Hey.
Carp's Gym. All right. I'm part of FOC, Friends of Carp. Okay.
So the logo on this is the same way as that. What's not shown here is these can be done with the wood insert.
Okay.
Just like that other, the other Genesis 4x8, we can do the same thing with the wood insert and the epoxy logo or the paint logo. Another great product that we make is the deadlift box.
Okay.
So our deadlift boxes pair really, really well with the AbMat crash pads.
Okay.
It's essentially another version of a modular platform. It doesn't connect, but it's really super easy to store and put away.
So this would be a solution if you want to like work out in the driveway.
Exactly. Exactly. And what we've also done is we've integrated.
Or an apartment.
Or an apartment.
What I'm thinking is that you have an apartment.
Second floor, third
that
floor.
Right there in the center. Get some crash pads.
Yes.
And then, oh yeah. That's
You
perfect.
can deadlift super heavy and not have to worry about the guy who lives below you.
And
right?
now it's not a rack pull, it's a deadlift.
Exactly,
I like
exactly.
that, okay.
Because the box lifts you up high enough so that you're getting really close to that standard pull height from if you were on a nice firm platform.
Exactly.
What we've done with the box is we've cut holes in the sides of it and made it so that they integrate really well with speed pins. So if we take a look on the inside, we have steel plates on the inside, so you throw your speed pin in, and since they're magnetic speed pins, the magnets hold them there. So when you're using bands and doing band work, it's not moving back and forth on you. Exactly. So that's exactly what we have set up here. Really simple, really easy to use. And everybody's already starting to have the magnetic speed pins for other accessories. So typically, you know, maybe you already have them, maybe you don't, but even still, the setup like this, all in is right around $550.
Okay.
With the crash pads,
Do
the
you
box.
sell the crash pads?
We do not yet. I'd like to talk to AbMat about that to make it simple, all in one, just purchase it, boom, done. But as of now, you got to get the crash pads from AbMat. Or not even
It's like you can choose
any
whatever
crash
kind of
pads.
you
Exactly.
want.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. I like that. Now this is the thing that I would say you are known for, because people love customizing
Yes.
their home gyms, especially the power rack.
Yep.
And like right there, that jumps out. So you can put like some sort of motivational phrase on there. I'm not sure, it's something to scare you.
Yeah.
Whatever
Exactly.
you want.
Exactly.
Bible verse.
A good reminder,
Whatever
yep.
means the most to you.
Exactly.
Or something that's just flat out the truth.
Amen.
All right?
Exactly.
And then you can just have that, and that could be what you see
Yes.
on your power rack. So what does something like this run you? Because they obviously have to be customized because they're different sizes of power racks.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
you do any size, yes?
Any size. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have the templates for surplus strength, the Rep PR 5000, Rogue Monster Light, the Soren X headers, and then
So these are roughly like 42 to 46
yes,
in terms of
yeah.
width. Okay.
And the way that those headers are designed, they have these replaceable plates.
Yeah.
So like on the PR 5000, you've got that chrome, or not chrome, but like that metal looking plate that says Rep. That just unbolts.
Okay.
So what we've done is taken that template and made a replacement plate that says whatever you want that just bolts right
Beautiful.
onto it.
So for example, it could hypothetically say Garage Gym Life
Exactly. Exactly right.
if somebody wanted to do that.
Exactly right.
All right.
And so then we also have an option for racks that don't have that, what I call is a header panel, right? It's the 3x3 cross member with the steel plate and the panel bolts to it. If you, let's say, just have the 3x3 cross member, we can customize the shape of the header so that it just magnetically attaches to the cross member. It doesn't even have to be 3x3. If it's 2x2 or 3x2 or 2x3, whatever as long as it's the steel cross member, we can make a header that just attaches with magnets. And we use it like an L bracket on the back side with rubber-coated magnets. So when it hits it, it doesn't go anywhere. I have one on my garage door. And every time I open my garage door, it goes up with it and it stays there. You know, like, it's good quality magnets. It's not gonna fall off on you while you're racking and unracking stuff. So that's that. We also have different styles of the header. So these are great examples of the headers. These are all the different styles. The top two is our original header. Okay. These are made of PVC, which is an exterior sign material. The design or the logo or the lettering is carved into it and painted. And because it's exterior materials, it's not going to degrade from moisture and humidity changes in a garage, right? So then next down we have our premium header, which is our brushed metals. We have brushed aluminum, brushed gold, bronze, all these different metals that we can do. The lettering can be like this top one where it's raised lettering. We use acrylic, which is a plastic, to create like a three-dimensional look to the header. And then we also have a painted option, which we use a stencil to put onto it, paint your lettering or your logo, and then that's what's left. The highest end option we have is our epoxy inlay header. This is our highest end option. Every color that you see is recreated with a liquid epoxy that is poured into it in such a way so that it obviously then recreates the logo, which is it's a little bit of a time-consuming process. Each color takes about 24 hours to dry before you can cut back into it to do the next color. But essentially every color is cut and poured with that associated color, and then once it's cured, you go through the whole process of all the colors of your logo, and by the end of it, you're squared away.
Okay.
And then this is just an example. The bottom one is an example of like the shape of a universal header.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is like, so when it says universal header, the epoxy inlay refers to the material.
The material.
All right.
Premium is the material. Is the material. Exactly.
Right. But
so the universal header. Exactly. So the universal header can be epoxy inlay. Universal header can be the premium material. Universal header can be the standard material.
Okay.
And it's all in the same price range.
Okay.
Right? So just because you're buying a universal header doesn't mean you're going to pay more than what you would, because we have the same manufacturing process essentially as this. It's just a different shape. We're not going to do a header with this shape that has these small little wings on it when it's not necessary,
right,
because we're not bolting or replacing that existing shape, right? So that's kind of a...
So if somebody wants one of these, the process is they reach out to you.
Yep.
And they tell you what kind of rack they have?
First of all, the process is, if you have one of the racks we already make, you can just purchase it, right?
Okay.
You can just purchase it right off the website. You can purchase the universal header right off the website. We'll handle the details of the shape, the size, the color, whatever. So I'm not saying don't email me. Like, if you want to email me. I'll answer the email.
Don't email.
No, stop it. Okay. So yeah, if you want to reach out first. It's fine.
Right.
If you have any questions, reach out. I'm happy to answer any questions.
I'm just saying, in case somebody doesn't have one of the racks you mentioned, they just like, okay, well, I'm going to reach out to you because I know my rack dimensions.
Bingo.
Then that's when they would need to call you.
Exactly.
Or email
exactly.
you.
So there is some communication we'll have to do, whether you purchase first or you reach out first. Yeah, we need this dimension. What does it look like? How does it feel? And then we go from there.
Okay.
But yeah, if you have a custom logo, we have like a notice on the website. If you want your logo added, there's a checkbox to select that. And then a notice that says, after you purchase, send us your logo to this email, and we'll do that. The big thing that everybody always asks about is like, can I see it before like I want to make sure, we do all the design layouts. We make sure that like, yes, I'm good with this layout, I'm good with this design before we even start production. So we're not going to start anything, even if you purchase first, we're not going to start anything until we have a, yes, I like that from you. Obviously, we want to make sure it's right.
All right.
So that's the headers, right? You can take your normal rack that says Rep, Rogue, Sornex, whatever it says, and you can make it your own. You can make it yours.
Okay, what else you got?
The second wall we have is our custom deadlift platforms. It just goes through all of the different platforms we have. The one line of platforms we didn't talk about is our Covenant series.
Okay.
This is our inlaid platforms. We make them in 3 lengths, 48, 72, and 96. 4 foot, 6 foot, and 8 foot, right?
Okay.
Now, the width of the wood inserts is customized. We generally recommend between 36 and 42.
Okay.
I don't like doing 48-inch wide wood because it leaves you with very little tolerance on each side. Just a little bit shift over and your weights are hitting the wood.
Right.
We don't want that. So we typically recommend between 36 and 42. But we can do 48. I like to sway people away from that. These also come with our high gloss and matte finish. Again, 100% no peel guarantee. And if you have your rack on the floor, we can integrate it. We integrate the platform to fit in the rack. So if you see this example here, these platforms are inlaid into the floor, but then also have notches cut to fit inside the feet of the rack. So totally customizable again. And the cool thing about these is we can go as thin as about like 8-9 millimeters and as thick as 3/4 inch rubber flooring. So whatever thickness your rubber flooring is, we'll match that so you have a nice flush finish.
And these are used in situations where you may not want to raise deadlift platform. You're like,
Correct.
I don't want to stub my toe one day.
Correct.
So I just integrate it into the floor.
Exactly.
All right. Okay.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay.
You get the benefit of our super grip coating. Everybody always asks, it's super glossy, like is it slippery? No, it's very deceiving. It's very deceiving. When you step on it for the first time, you'd be like, oh my gosh. Obviously, it's like a basketball court. If you spill water on it and step on it, you're gonna go.
Right.
I mean, you'll go. But if it's dry, man, you have really good grip.
Okay. I mean, it's a big deal because a lot of people deadlift in socks.
Yes.
And like, I don't need this to be even slipperier.
Exactly.
So, okay.
Exactly. So we have some information about the deadlift boxes. Like we talked about before, the size that you saw is our 24 by 30. That's our most popular size. We also do a 30 by 42, which is a little bit bigger and works well for those guys that like to lift sumo, right? So now you can use crash pads and pull sumo,
right,
and not be doing a rack pull.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. They come in 2 speed pin sizes,
okay,
1 inch and 5/8,
right,
which is, I mean, that's just, it's so standard. So, and then they are available with or without a custom logo added to them.
Perfect.
So we can do the epoxy inlay logo, the paint logo, it's all the same.
Okay.
The other 2, we already talked about these platforms. It's our Genesis and our Exodus platforms, the standalone platforms and the rack integrated platforms.
Okay.
Again, all of them have the 100% no peel guarantee, whether we do the paint logo or the epoxy inlay logo. And the difference between the 2, people always ask, what's the difference? Like, you're just putting a logo down, right? No. The epoxy inlay logo is extremely vibrant. You can add the metallic swirls into it. You can't replicate that with paint or prints. You just can't. The paint logo is solid colors. We'll recreate the logo if there's multiple colors, but it's just solid colors with a gloss or a matte finish. But because we lock it down with that epoxy polyurethane top coat, there's no way it could ever peel up.
Okay. So, man, I want you to succeed. I want you to get to the point where you're working on your backup platform, all right? So the way we get that is because people need to know how to purchase this stuff from you. So go ahead, look at that camera and tell them where to go if they want to reach out to you with a question, or if they just want to spend money and upgrade their home gym.
All right. If you go to executivefitllc.com, that's executivefitllc.com, you can browse all of our products. My email's on there. You can reach out via email, submit a quote. We'll get back to you within 24 hours every time.